Hello! We decided to make Dear Love Talk a feature on our Love Talk program, and as usual you can send us your questions.
Yes, we get questions from Facebook, from our Love Talk live attendees, from the marriage courses. And why not? I think it's a good idea.
And if you want to send your questions through by email as well, you can do so on questions@lovetalkshow.tv. So we're gonna for a while we'll do Dear Love Talk as part of Love Talk, so that you can interact with us. Let's go from our first question comes from Laura, and she says, "Dear Love Talk, I was in a relationship for 3 years, and in that time he became my best friend to the point that I didn't feel the need to build relationships with others. Now we have broken up, and although we are on good terms, I just don't know how to move forward. I don't know how to keep myself busy because I don't really have any friends."
It's a very unhealthy relationship.
Well, you know, for whatever reason that this relationship worked, or didn't work rather, it's important that this person who's with you is indeed your best friend, but not your only and exclusive only friend. And not because, you know, you shouldn't want to have friends because should your relationship not work, you have other people to talk to. But the truth is that you need other people to interact with. You know, on a recent program we did a boys' day out, right?
Yes.
You did a girls' day out, and it was an opportunity for us to go out with the boys and blow off some steam and play some foot golf, and it was amazing. But you can really do that with your partners. There are things that you have to have someone else to interact. It's quite healthy to do that.
But I agree with you, but I think that her problem is more, I don't know if she will agree with me, is more that she made him become the reason of life. You know, this is my boyfriend, I love him, all my strength goes into this, all my love, all my attention and care. And let's say that it worked out and you were still together and got married, had children and lived happily ever after. One day, you or him will die. You know, will be left behind because this is a cycle of life, it's normal. So what would you do? You would still be in the same situation, if not worse. Because the longer you are with someone that you are so attached to, it's like you lose your identity, you lose your personality. I wouldn't say it depends, because I don't know
but also,
about the case. But
also, you know that it's very unhealthy to have a relationship like that, because it's like you become attached to this person like a,
maybe that's why he left.
Like a tick. You know, a tick that just clings to that person and doesn't let go. And that's not good, right?
And if the guy senses that, it's a put off, isn't it? It's like...
Absolutely. So the bottom line is that no matter how healthy a relationship is, you know, you need time. I don't mean time away to go off for a week and do something, but you need a few hours to go and do something that your partner can't do for you. For example, I can't play football with Elena. I can't... What else can't I do with you?
Why can't you
I don't know.
with me?
Well, I can try.
I like football.
You would probably beat me, by the way. You'd probably beat me at football.
No, I wouldn't.
You probably would.
I wouldn't. Stop it.
But there are things...
I see what you mean.
You need that little break.
Yes, you need. It's healthy. I mean, it's healthy. As you can tell, the way she's feeling is a result of that unhealthy relationship.
Actually, the solution now, because, you know, we can give you advice. What we just said is for future relationships. You can't really go back and do anything about what happened. You can make sure that when you go into another relationship, you will have, you know, a balanced relationship, healthy relationship by having still your family and friends around. Now, what is important is that you start building new friendships. You know, as you take on a new hobby to keep yourself busy, like you said, you don't know what to do to keep busy. Take on a new hobby, you know, go and learn something different, something new, and that in itself starts to build new bridges, new relationships, new friendships, and that's healthy. Just make sure when you move on to a relationship, you will keep the friendships that matter.
Yeah, and not wanting to drag this on for too long, one of the things that people can do to get over breakups that really helps, is to get support from their family, from their friends around them. This is one of the things people advise, you know, specialist advice. So you don't have any at the moment, so it's harder. But anyway, let's go now for our second question. It's from our one of the Love Talk Live attendees, and it says, "Hi guys, I have been together with my husband for more than 10 years, and we are now at our rockiest patch ever. Over the years, I have found that although he has never slept with another woman, he has inappropriate conversations with them and exchanges explicit messages with them also. He said he would never do this again, but last week I found out that he did this again. I don't know what else to do. Please help." It's up to you. Where are your standards? What are your standards? Where is your limit? For me personally, I see this as a betrayal, the same as sleeping with another woman. There's no difference because...
For you, for me, that's obvious. I think
but
anybody else would have as well.
Not to her, though. She wouldn't be asking this question. But for me, my limit is before the messages become explicit. From the moment that you start exchanging messages with the opposite sex that you don't want your partner to see, that already means that you are doing something you shouldn't be doing. And so what's your limit?
And the truth is, you know, it's sad. You've been together for 10 years, I think you said, and nobody wants a 10-year relationship to end. But you have to reach a point where you say enough is enough, because you said this has happened before, and although he hasn't slept with another woman, allegedly from what he says, it's like Elena said, you know, when does betrayal become betrayal? Yes. And as long as you accept something and you say, oh, you know, next time, be careful because next time, then there will always be a next time. I think you need to put your foot down and you say, look, this is not acceptable to me. I will not accept this anymore. And I'm not saying that you have to kick this person out, but you have to make it very clear, if you haven't done that already, you have to make it very clear that this will no longer be tolerated. Yeah. And he has to get the message loud and clear that this is the case, because otherwise this will just become something that is a regular occurrence. It has become a regular occurrence. And although you said that you are at your wit's end, you don't know what else to do, nothing will change until you cause something to change.
And just to finish on this question here, people even make jokes with this kind of situation in the movies. They say, oh, you know what, amongst boys, I've got a wife who cooks for me, irons my clothes, washes my clothes, looks after the kids, and she's okay with the cheating. So what else could I ask for? I don't know if you've heard this in the movies, but I have. And it is what some people think. I don't want to sound too harsh, but it is what it is. If you don't say anything, if you're not radical in your decision, be it to come to, for example, to our seminars and learn how to work this out, or to leave this person behind and move on, you know, you've got to do something, because...
So remember that as long as you say next time, be careful because next time,
he will always
it means there will always be a next time. I think you have to say there will not be a next time. Okay? As long as he knows that there will be a next time, then it will happen again. Right, we're going to take a break. We'll come back with the third question in just a few moments. Welcome to this week's edition of Love Talk's 1 Minute News Bulletin. A couple who were on a long-distance relationship acquired quite a following when they decided to take pictures in different parts of the globe and putting them together.
Indeed, very creative and very, very cute. But there's other things you can do to help you in your relationship. Like, for example, cook dinner and have dinner simultaneously. Also do a surprise visit, who knows?
But of course, the most important thing is to remember that no long-distance relationship should stay long-distance for very long. There's always that longing for the human touch. So if you currently are in a long-distance relationship, remember to have a goal, a target for when you are going to be together. Until next time, bye-bye.
Love Talk on my channel Sky 203, every Saturday, 3 p.m.
Right, let's go to our third and final question of the program, and it comes from someone who wanted to remain anonymous. And the person says, I've had a few not too serious relationships that haven't worked. But the truth is that I have always been afraid of marriage. I'm a 26-year-old girl, and no one in my family has been able to keep a marriage together. This fills me with horror because I have come to believe that the same thing will happen to me. But the truth is, I want to be happily married. I just don't know how. Well, there is this thing in psychology called the self-fulfilling prophecy. What is that? A self-fulfilling prophecy is that if you keep repeatedly telling yourself something, whether it's mentally or verbally, if you keep going on with that in your mind and you believe that, sooner or later it will come to happen, to pass in your life. Now, this goes for something good, like if you say, I'm going to get this job. You know, this job is mine. I'm going to go there for the interview and I'm going to get this job. And you keep saying that, chances are you will, because you'll come across as a very confident person. Now, if you keep saying, oh, I'm going to get married and it's not going to work, or no one's going to want me, or I'm going to be cheated on, if you say this enough times, then whoever is close to you is going to feel this in your demeanor, in your behavior, and it's like you are willing something to happen. So the fact that someone has been unsuccessful in relationships in your family, it doesn't mean that you are. So why not use this self-fulfilling prophecy idea in a positive way? Say to yourself, even though no one in my family is happily married, I will be. I'm going to be happily married. And if you say that and you believe it, then you can break that cycle.
I agree with you. And also, I don't know if you attend the Love Talk Live seminars, this is something we deal with a lot, with inner issues when it comes to relationships, how people see relationships, problems with commitment, fear of marriage, and also, of course, like you said, that thing that you fear it so much that you will bring it upon yourself, sooner or later. It's like everything in life, so I'd like to invite you to come along.
It's like, remember when you were in class, when you were in primary school or secondary school, and then your teacher called you in front of the whole class to read out your homework or to read out something you wrote. And then as you're standing up from your chair, your seat, you say, my gosh, everybody's looking at me. What if I trip? What if I say something I shouldn't? And I'm pretty sure that as you were walking towards the front of the class, perhaps you tripped. You tripped. Maybe you were going to speak and you mumbled all the words you were going to say. And do you know why? Because that's exactly you thought in your mind that was going to happen. So let me tell you, you can change that cycle. And it all starts with saying to yourself that even though people were unsuccessful around you, in your family, you can be the first one to be successful. Why not say that? Say, I'm going to be the first one to have a happy family, a happy home. And it all starts there.
And this is how things came to existence, you know. What do I mean? Like light, the light bulb, all these things. Someone thought, you know what if this, what if that? Everyone says that the earth is square, but you know what? I think it's round and I'm going to prove it. You know, you think for yourself and you fight what you've seen. And I am sure that you will be successful.
That's it for today on this segment. Remember, you can get in touch with us on questions@lovetalkshow.tv. Send us your questions there or via Facebook or Twitter. Next week, we'll have this segment again in the program. We hope that you've enjoyed it.